Hello and welcome to a Factorio pYanodons playthrough. It is Ghostified Gamer. Oh, this is gonna be a doozy. pYanodons just came out recently with an update, major update. Lots of changes, lots of stuff going on. Really cool things, but it's tougher in the beginning on logistics. Yeah. So let's get into it. First thing we're going to look at are the mods I have installed. All right. So advanced fluid handling and advanced fluid handling for pYanodons. Freddy the Dark, so you guys can see on YouTube. Bigger mining drill lights. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Probably not, but I have it there. Blueprint flip and turn copy paste modules if we ever get there. Even distribution, explosive excavation if we ever get there. Factorio library, standard Factorio library, all that stuff. Fluid must flow. I got it in here. I don't think we're going to need it, but it's here. Factorio, not enough items. We need that. Hell mod. Little note on Hell mod. I might try YAFC as well. Hell mod is great. We'll get into it. I'll talk a little bit about it when we get in there, but FNAI is nice for a quick look at a chain. Hell mod is good for planning, but it kind of falls short on some things, and I'm not really good at it, but I plan on getting better, hopefully. Informatron, I think I have that on there because 248K, you needed it for a little few things. LTN, all the good stuff. I've never used LTN, but we're gonna dive into it if we ever get the trains. Max rate calculator, mini loaders, module inserter, which is a nice little mod if we ever get to modules. Nanobot early mod, nanobot early bots. However, the problem with that is we need a green circuit before we can use these, or a simple circuit. Nice fill, ore eraser, pipe visualizer, and here's all the pYanodons stuff. Yeah, we got it all. We got Alien Life graphics. Each one of these comes with its own graphics file. And we got alternative energy, which is the real big push here. Coal processing, fusion energy, high tech, which is all the circuits, complexity, the industry. Oh, wow. Nexila is in here. I didn't know that. pYanodon, Nexila, and King Arthur. Let's see here. Petroleum handling. And there's a post-processing, which takes a lot. Let's see here. Overhauls the tech tree. Yeah, okay. Raw ores. We have safe water fill as well. Squeak through, you need it. And I also have train supply manager. I had this pYanodons research. It's a standalone tech building from pYanodons. I don't know how this got in here. I think I was looking at Krydex. And I think he had that in there, but it came up red because you have Alien Life. It made it incompatible. So I checked it off. I tried transport drones. I was live streaming this, couple episodes, couple streams, and I decided to make this into a series now because live streaming this is there's too much I have to think about, and it's difficult to interact with chat and stream this at the same time. So that's how I'm cutting it to an actual series. But we tried transport drones, but every time it didn't save us anything because we have to run belts everywhere, and we'll get into that when we start out. So that is the mod list. I can add more if you have suggestions. I'll take a look at them, leave them in the comment section below, and then I'll consider adding them. But just keep in mind what I'll do is if I add a mod, what I do is I copy my Factorio directory to another copy, a copy of. I put the mod in there and I test it to make sure it doesn't break anything. And then I go back and I'll install it in the one that I have, because it could break the save. Modding is, you never know what's going to happen. So anyway, those are the mods. Let's go over the map settings, and yeah, oh my gosh, I've been fiddling around with this to get this going, but let's do this. So Factorio and RSO are combined together in pYanodons. So what they have here is a pYanodons recommended setting, which I was pretty shocked about. I'm like, oh, cool. And what they've done is they've amped the richness way up. Yeah, I didn't do that. This was them. This is their settings. What I have changed is the richness, the size of iron, copper, stone, because oh my god, you need so much of that in the beginning and forever. You know, every building is going to, you know, in the beginning is going to be hungry for stone. Very expensive buildings in pYanodons. And so I amped those up. I did do a little bit of lead on the size because we're going to need a lot of lead as well. Now there's a zinc ore. Yeah, see, these are all set. I did take the rocks and I kicked them down to 17 in the zinc reserve. I think that the zinc reserve is like a little rock that you find because we have zinc ore here. So those are the key ones. And there's also the lead. So you need, and there's tin. Okay, here's tin. That's fine. And we're going to kick that up a little bit as well. Here's tin right here. Oh, yeah, tin. Now, I found in my first initial kind of run of this, I just did Science Pack 1. I was working on the circuit board 1. And I found that the copper, which is, see how big it is now, it was just these tiny little copper patches. And I want to be able to get miners on these things because you have to deal with basically 2 bands of belt around a mining operation. So you have ash, you have fuel. So I think that's good. Now let's go under terrain. Water, I scaled it down, and the coverage. The trees, I scaled down a little bit, and the moisture is way up because I like to have the green so I can see the rail and belt and stuff. Enemies, I think we're off. I don't know. I can't. I clicked on this, you know. And I don't want biters on pYanodons. If you want to play with biters, go right ahead and watch Bold Viking. He's doing that right now. And then research queue is always on. We want that because it's just so nice. And here's the map seed 20583153320. I think this will be good. Let's export the map string, copy, confirm. All right, let's play. And we got to watch the animation here of our little crash here. We always got to watch this. Okay, cool. There we go. Factorio free play. There we go. Oh, cool. We crashed over here. Up top. Nice. Now, I'm not too sure. Oh, Informatron. I'm not too sure what's down below here. Oh, we got lead in the starting area. See, I didn't have that before. We got rock hole. All right, let's see what the... Oh, my God. Oh, dear. Now, I don't know what's with the aluminum. See, I had, you know... And, yeah, look at this crap. Now, 3.4 million is not too bad, and 6.1 is not too bad. 1.9 is okay, but this I don't understand why that's so low. We got titanium and another stone patch, so that'll help. We'll mine that up, though. And so I'm curious about what's south of here, because that'll determine how we go about... turn alt mode on. That'll determine which direction I want to go. I usually like to do top down, left, right. But I'm okay with sideways as well. I don't mind it. Let's get these little resources here. Or, well, not all these are resources, but we'll pull this stuff up here. Okay, there we go. Let's scout south a little bit here. So, yeah, this... so, anyway, let's talk about the... I was playing this on stream live, and I had a lot of good stuff, a lot of good comments and things. And that's what inspired me to actually do a series, because it's just too tough to think on the fly with this mod. I mean, you know, kudos to those that can. But I need to really think about stuff, and I need to kind of relearn Hell mod and get better at Hell mod. So this series will allow me to get better at Hell mod planning. I might want to look at YAFC. I was looking for YAFC. I don't know. I know it's an internet web-based calculator, and I want to try that out. And maybe it's better than Hell mod. And I can always do screen caps of what I got and bring them into the videos, which is another thing I'd like to be able to do. A streaming series is better for that. Or, I mean, a video series is better to bring in the planning aspect, especially with the YAFC. Like Hellmod, we can bring up that window and no problem. But Hellmod's great for a guide, but there's too much nitpicking around that you have to do to get it to do what you want it to do. But it's a great tool along with FNEI. If you had to just do a quick look at stuff, FNEI is great. Hellmod is decent for small, non-complex change without a lot of crazy stuff that's coming out, you know, like byproducts. YAFC, I think, would probably be something I'd like to try. Well, I like the fact that we have this titanium here, and because we're going to need that for the Raux, and that's a part of our science. So we got some water here. I'm going to check this way and see what's over there. I'll cut that part out and let you know how it looks. Okay, back here in the middle of the starting area. I've walked all over to see where the best possible way to build, and I like building north to south, starting here, going down. Their only problem is these 3 bodies of water here. Hopefully by the time I get down there, I can fill these in. They're not too bad. The problem is that there's so much ash in the game, so making landfill is quite a feat. But we have a lot of stone here, and you know, I could probably do a landfill thing off of this. I don't know. We'll see. So let's talk about strategies and things. First thing is, let's start that research right there. And let's do... I collected some stuff here that I want to put in here. I was busting some rocks off of the patches. I got some wood, some sap. I'll keep that wood for now. I don't need this much coal on me. We'll get rid of some stone. And let's get cranking on some. While I talk here, we'll get this going. We'll get some coal. Okay, strategy-wise, I played... Let's talk about the series and how this is going to run and all that. I'm going to edit all the junk out. It's going to be basically building with minimal, you know, running around. That's what the streams were for, is kind of just running around, doing stupid stuff, talking and whatnot. So this is going to be highly edited, you know, for time. I did, you know, like I said, I was played it on stream. I put a bunch of hours in. Look at that, it's already done. Yeah. Put a bunch of hours in, and I feel like it would be better to do a series than a stream, mainly because I have to spend a lot of time to explore the recipes and things. So we're gonna be doing... I'll be doing that. That's why I want to do a series, because it's just so much easier for me to you know, do the brain work and all that. I'm going to do this because these things are so slow. It takes 8 ore. Very highly inefficient way to get iron. So I'm going to do 2 per. We'll make a bunch here. So we'll get an initial setup here. That way we can crank out a ton of stuff here. So I got a few of these down. They're going to take a while to accumulate. I got 29 iron ore here, and I'm making 5 more of these miners here. I think I'm going to make 6, and then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. We're going to get on copper here, and then we got to get on stone as well. Now, playing this mod has taught me, initially, has taught me a lot of what to expect. I think we're going to go 6 on here, too. 1, 2. What do we need? We need iron. Okay. And, whoa, let me tell you, the amount of ash. So, first off, as you may know, you don't get splitters until after you get the first crazy circuit board. So that is going to, that plays into the massive amount of logistical hurdles we have to get over. So imagine, you know, playing pYanodons up until the second science pack, or the circuit, and not having any ways to split belt. So we have to use, luckily we have these, the mechanical inserters. They don't require any fuel. So basically this is your splitter, but it adds a lot of kind of craziness to your builds. So we have to move from one belt to another belt with using splitters. So knowing that now, and you know, it should be easier. I went through it. We're okay. We're good. Not having a splitter, fine. The ash is another story. So everything is going to be producing ash, as you know. In these, everything that gets burned rock hole wise, we get ash. Now we can do wood burning, which doesn't produce ash. I didn't know that initially. So now that I know that, we're gonna have a little bit of an easier time trying to get through. Trying to get through this part. 5? Yeah. Oh, okay. So we have some copper now. Okay, good. Fill these up, and we'll get the copper going. And now we want to get stone going. We'll get 2 of those. Okay. We'll get some more coal. So, yeah, this episode will be just getting set up and talking a little bit about whatnot. You know, what we're going to do here. Okay, let's get this and that. We're going to need a lot of stone. And we'll keep that uncapped there. Now, there's the rocks. Oh, yeah, so chopping trees down gets a sap, and mining the rocks gives us these moss pieces. We want to keep those. We also need the algae from water, so we'll keep a bunch of those. There's a little green ones over here. We'll keep those going. All right, let's grab copper so we have it. Get these going here. Fill them up. I have even distribution, as I mentioned. I think I have to change this fuel limit, ammo limit. Come on, there you go. Okay, and then we'll close that. I think it's I want it to all go in, not half stack mess. I want, if I have it, put it in. That's what if I have it in my inventory, I want it to go into what I'm working on. We'll let that run right there, and we'll get some plate. Oh, we're running out of fuel already. Okay. So now the other thing that let's take a look at the map here. I want to plan in the first upgrade to iron processing that we'll get initially. So we're gonna attempt to close loops early on, you know, that way we don't have problems, and we can reap the benefits of having the technology to recover some ores, you know. So that's what I want to do. That being said, the iron processing, I designed an iron, and it's this one here, where we're able to get the processed iron ore. So we crush it in a draw crusher, and what happens is 5 iron turns into 3 processed iron, and we get stone out of that, which is great because we can make landfill from that. So we can crush the stone and get gravel and keep some of the stone For landfill, add gravel, add, I think it's soil. And then we get landfill. Landfill is kind of important because I like to be able to shape lakes so we can get cleaner builds, And also, crushing the gravel gives us saline water. Crushing the stone gives us gravel for saline water. We're going to need that for battery, the copper zinc battery we're going to need for the first circuit board. So we definitely want to get stone from all that. And this one here is kind of interesting. You can reverse the stone brick back into stone. I thought that was kind of cool. Okay, so we got that going. Now, we have to build a lab, and we have to build, let's see, where are you? It's under, I think, alien life here. Yeah, so we need iron to make our first collector, and that's going to be for our bioreserve. We need to collect flowers for our first science pack, which is pretty cool. Let's get some of that. So I'm going to collect the iron, and we'll set that up in a second. I collected some Kerrigan from the stone, and that's another thing. If you go to your map view, you'll notice that stone has a Kerrigan out as well, equal to the amount of stone. And Kerrigan is used late. We can use that later on, but for now, we're going to burn it as a fuel. It has a fuel value, which is great. And so it's 2 megajoules, and a little bit less than our raw coal, but it's free from stone mining, and it adds a little neat little complexity, a neat little process they have to solve in order to get that Kerrigan figured out. Boy, I tell you, it is pretty interesting. Okay, so if we look at the collector, we need all these things. One is the soil extractor. So we're going to go ahead and make that. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Okay, in between cuts there, I added 2 more miners to our coal. And now we have I made this soil extractor. And then that kind of makes it easier to see what we need. We need a steam engine, 2 burner miner drills, a soil extractor, 5 air core inductors, and 10 small parts, along with 10 iron plate. That creates this whole chain of stuff to be made. Now, one of the things that I think we're going to probably have to do, we're definitely going to automate these. We're going to automate small parts for sure. I think automating this will be nice. I was watching Crydex's streams that he streams and makes YouTube videos hour long. And I think that automating these, he was mentioning automating these. I think that'd be a good idea. Another thing too, the streaming series had some great comments and great interaction on the episodes. Basically the streams turn into videos on demand, VODs on YouTube. Keep those coming. I appreciate everything. Anyone, if you spend the time to type something out, I really do appreciate it. It's very helpful for me and others. And if you have suggestions or you see something that I could do better, definitely point that out to me in the comment section. I would definitely appreciate it. Now, that being said, one of the comments was to not do a bus-based type setup where we're running belts straight down and picking off, and that's unavoidable up until we get to trains. Hopefully we get to trains sooner than later. Once we do, then we're going to go more to a grid-based train network. So we'll be doing that eventually. We'll have a train base, and each system, the idea is to bring in your raw resources and process what you need to process within a certain space, however that is, and then pull out the finished products. Now, we won't be able to power this up, so we need some power, and we have water right here we can run our power from. And so we're going to need some power poles. We'll make a couple of those, and we're going to need 2 boilers per engine. The way it works out, that's the way it works out. And we need a lab too. So do we have a lab? Yeah, we made the lab. Okay, good. So here's the little guy that we need. Now, I was thinking it'd be nice to get this mined up over here first, right next to the aluminium. Oh, a tree is in the way. Oh, there it is right there. Couldn't see it. Let's pop that out of there. And we'll go up to here. Plop that baby down. And then we're going to just put a case here for now. Let's get our power poles. And we'll run those babies up to the top side. Let's go like this. We'll start down there. Let's not go through the stone patch, shall we? And then we'll hook up our first power. Oh, so speaking in terms of ash, like I said, we're going to get a lot of it. Now, it's very difficult to run the ash down one belt and process it in one spot. So on-site processing, we'll have to have ash separator processing areas in the interim of the base. And then we'll have to have a reverse bus that goes back up to prioritize and process the ores that we're going to get from this whole thing. And that's kind of how I think we're going to have to do it. Let's put this here. Oh, we need one underground and a couple pipes there. Oh, maybe a bunch of pipes. And about 5 inserters there. Okay. We'll go down there. Let's see. Yeah, okay. We got to get our steam, our water input. So 2. Yeah, it's kind of a weird setup here. If you look at the math on this. Oh, I need another underground, actually. 1, 2. And it's going to take my pipe, of course. Okay. So the problem with this is, again, all the ash we're going to be getting out of this system here. I'm going to do this for now. And we'll pop those there. You know what? I think I'm going to flip it this way. Because it's going to run into the water there. We'll go down far enough here. And go there. Oops, I keep hitting my thing. And then we'll do this. And then we'll pop a steam engine out there. Bonk. And now we get our inserters here. Now, the other problem here, well, it's hard. It's very difficult to, well, we're just going to do this. Let's do that for now. All right, we have to set whitelist and then ash because it'll pull our coal out if we don't do this. There it is right there. Okay, now we're going to go like this, and I need another bunch of those. I thought I had 4. I guess I used them. Oh, yeah, I did use them. Okay, so we have to export our ash out. This is temporary. We'll belt this out of here. Most likely what I'll have is a ash processing center here to handle the ash and then send the ores elsewhere. And now we'll pull, oh, here. Get these guys out of here. That's the plan, at least, because, man, we get so much ash in this game. And this is going to be gone. Oh, wait, wrong one. This stuff is going to be gone in no time. Yeah, let's go ahead and pop those in there. No. Okay, that'll build up on steam, and then we'll get some power. Right now, we're not running anything, so it'll just build up. And once we put a load on it, okay, let's look at that science pack here. Here it is. We have a planter box and flowers, and oh, we are loading, yeah, small parts. So iron. There we go. So now we got some flowers. We need 10 science packs to get this first thing here. So let's take a look at the planter box, and that is under alien life. We need stone bricks, we need wood and iron plate, and then we need soil and an empty planter box and 3 ash. Well, there we go. We're going to have lots of ash going here. Let's go up here and get some coal. Okay, so I got all this Kerrigan here, and this ran out, so we're going to use the Kerrigan from our stone processing to power all of our miners. We'll grab that, copper. Oh, and down here I did something to the iron patch here. Oh, Oh, get out of there. I don't know, had I hit tilde. Okay, down here, I'm getting the ash out of the miners at the bare minimum here. Again, this is all temporary, as you know, if you're playing pYanodons. Okay, let me make this statement. I assume a majority of the viewers here are going to be experienced in Factorio and playing pYanodons as well. If not, you've already played pYanodons. That I know. I'm not speaking when I'm presenting stuff. I'm presenting it to somebody who may not be playing this game, okay, or Factorio. They're just kind of interested in Factorio and the modding of it and whatnot. So I'll always speak to the viewer who I assume has never played this game. Just so you know, that's kind of how I present. Okay. Now let's get that soil extractor. Oh, need iron. Where did my iron go? Oh. Yeah, what'd I make? There it is, soil extractor. There we go. Okay. Let's see how our flowers are doing here. Hey, we got 264. Good. Let's go over here. And we'll wait for the when this soil extractor is done, we'll kick it on. All right, that soil extractor is finally done. Here it is. We need water for it, so I came up here. And we're going to set that to soil. I think I'll just pull from here. And, oh, I'm out of iron. Great. Well, there we go. Got it. Okay, well, that's running. Let's plop our lab down. Okay, these things are enormous. And the hitbox is kind of weird on it. You can walk behind it. You can hide from biters if you have them on. You know, they can't see you unless you peek your way out. Then they can see you. So that's why it's nice to go sideways, because these will stack up this way. And then we'll put these down here. And you can have your inserters here, you know. So these large buildings are better for stacking this way. However, it'll depend on how the piping is and stuff too, you know. So I don't know. You can't really avoid, you know, when you get into these big mods like this, you can't avoid it. Now, why are you? Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see if we can make a science perk. It's under here. Wait. Yeah. Oh, we need. Oh, planter's box. What else do we need? Iron plate, stone brick. Oh, okay, yeah. So let's go do some stone brick, and we'll get some more iron. So I set this little guy up here, like this. And what's nice about this is that Kerrigan is the fuel for the stone bricks. All right, let's see if we can make, what, we need 10 of these things? Oh, 20, of course. See how many we can make. Can't make that many. 1, 2, 3. That's all we can do. 3. And look at all these parts for this thing. It's crazy. So let's go over this again. The planter's box is wood, iron plate, stone brick. So we're going to need a wood production facility, and it's really cool. I love what they've done with the woods production. It's amazing. Then, so we need to obviously get the stone out of the ground and smelt it into stone bricks. No problem. Iron plate, yep, again, no problem. The wood production is going to be really fun. We'll get into that. Then we need to. Then what's good is we're using a little bit of our ash for making the planter box, you know, which is a byproduct. So we get some use of a byproduct. Soil, which is very simple. It's just water in a machine and, you know, all that. And then we need the empty planter box. Then we get to the science itself, and then we need the flowers. And for some reason, we need small parts. I'm assuming that's kind of like a, you know, you hang these. It looks like it's a flower box, you know, automation science pack flower box. So yeah, it looks pretty neat. I think the mechanical parts or the small parts are for like a hanger or something like that. So let's go ahead and pop that in there, and we are working on our first science pack. Now, what else do we need here? We need the planter box, so we can make one of these. And yeah, stone bricks are a little bottleneck here. And then we'll go here. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we need 7 more. Okay, So once these are done, I'll put them in, and we'll see how it goes here. All right, so let's go ahead and pop these science packs in here that I do have. We're cranking along here. Yeah, so in the beginning of pYanodons, we're gonna have to deal with a lot of coal mining, a lot of iron, a little bit of copper with the wire, because we're gonna need wire cable or whatever it's called, and a lot of stone. As you can see, we're already running out of stone. Oh, one of the things I could do is feed this back into here, but let's use the Kerrigan for that. We'll go ahead and pop that in there like that. There we go. Yeah, we'll be feeding, the design we'll be using is the inserters will be putting the fuel in from the back. We'll be using a lot of undergrounds. They're very generous on the undergrounds, by the way. We'll make one. So if you haven't played pYanodons yet, or you're interested in playing it, it takes a lot of belt. They're pretty expensive, but here's the thing. Look at the bottom. 15, or I'm sorry. Where is it at? 2 transport belts. Belt speed, 15 items. Why is it not saying that? Oh, here, where'd it go? Where'd my underground go? There it is up here. 9 max length. So this makes life a lot easier. Playing pYanodons in the past, we didn't have this. We had basic yellow belt. And if I were to go back in time, I would have probably got a mod that would extend the yellow belt. Because it was just such a pain. Because the building size... Oh, I might... Krydex made... who's another YouTube... he's a streamer on Twitch and he does YouTube stuff. He primarily streams. He made a pYanodons tweaks for power poles and tanks, and I might take a look at that and get that for the power poles, if anything, because the vanilla power poles, their reach is not very much. You can tell it's pretty dismal, and when you have these big machines, it does make sense to at least up that, so we're not struggling with power poles constantly. That's not gameplay. That's just a pain in the ass. All right, I will. Let's see here. Oh, okay. We're going to need, obviously, more labs and stuff. Why is this? Oh, I need 20 of these. Okay, I'll make another 10. Oh, boy. It's like watching paint dry, folks. All right, we're almost done with our first research here. And I've just been running back and forth and keeping the iron going here. And, yeah, oh, the only thing that... The problem with this design here is this temporary. You do have to pull the ash out of there manually, so no big deal. It stacks to 1,000. That's a beautiful thing. There we go. Our first research in pYanodons, the pYanodons series. What do you know? Okay, so we unlocked the burner. Yeah, burner assembly machine. We're going to be putting coal in here. And, from our coal, and we're getting ash out of these things. This is going to be a thing for a while, and we'll be automating this. All this ash is going to be funneled into the ash separator. So, I'm not going to be doing any, like at the beginning, we'll do a little bootstrap to get through some of the researches that we need. For example, let's set up some stuff that we're going to need here. So, we will need tar processing, because steel requires coke, and limestone is pretty simple. It's just a soil extractor set up for limestone extraction. So we're gonna need the coal processing right off the bat, and we're gonna. Oh, and then this is kind of cool. We could get, and this has been a thing. You could do wood to coal. And then you get iron oxide, coal gas, and tar. So we can actually set up a pretty sweet little wood to coal to burn. Now, you could burn wood direct, but we can also do this one here. I have to look at what the coal is, but we're going to start that up. So what we get is the carbon dioxide, which is going to be important for our moss generation. We're going to have gas vents, which is going to be important for setting up systems that we can't really close loops on everything. Like I think it's flue gas. We can't close the loop on that until later. Tailings ponds, which are huge. And then we get this is important. We need to be able to take iron oxide, turn it into plate. And we get the limestone recipe, like I was saying earlier. High pressure furnace. We get the destructive distillation column, DDC for short. Double DC. Then, like I said, and then coal to coke recipe. We got wood to coal recipe. And then we get the coke to, what is this thing now? Coal gas. Oh yeah, coal gas. If you need coal gas, this is and tar, you can use this. And then we have, this is the one we're going to be using right away. Raw coal to coal gas and tar, because we need that stuff for later. So we got that queued up. Now we need this for our moss generator, because we need that for trees. So we'll queue that up. And then, you know what? Let's kick that off, actually. And then we'll do steel first. Steel first. There we go. Then we can do the ash separator. Okay, now, so steel, we get an advanced foundry. I didn't know these were here. I looked right on by them. We're going to be planning our base for these. So we're going to have a very long column of iron and copper and other things in our base. We're going to have, because we're going to be needing this base for a while. And then we get the sinkhole, which is important. Steel chest, which is going to be important. So we're going to do that. And then the ash separator, we'll get into this later. The recipes, so we need steel for this. So we got to get our coke processing going right away. It takes our ash and produces coal dust, iron oxide, and soot. And what's good about the coal dust is we can burn that and use it for fuel. And then we get soot from this. Eventually, you can take your soot and burn it in a burner, and you get ash, and you send that back to this process here. You get some iron, copper, aluminum, aluminium, zinc, and lead out of that. So that's kind of cool. But is it worth having to deal with the infrastructure and the belting to take care of that? You know, if you have trains, yeah. But belts, it gets kind of messy. So hopefully we'll be able to get that the second science pack and be able to deal with that. But in the meantime, we got to do a reverse bus on this stuff and start, we got to process the iron and the copper. The ash is easy. We can take care of that. But the aluminum, zinc, and lead, we'll have to stockpile those. Smelt it and stockpile it. The good thing is that those will compress pretty good. It takes a lot of ore to make one plate. So we should be good, to use the least efficient recipe for that. So we need that queued up. And then we'll do the soil one there. This one here, that would be nice to have right away. Ooh, we get that right away. Let's do that right away. Oh, and then landfill. Let's get that landfill going. And then steel axe, yes. Now, the good thing about the steel axe is it's just a mining speed. So we need all of that stuff. So what we'll do is I'll work on next episode. We'll get a design, and then I'll punch them all down, and then we're gonna plan for our smelting columns. I'd love to go, like I said, I'd love to go this way, straight up and down, because that's a lot of room. And I don't think we're going to be going down. Well, it's going to be crazy, the amount of distance. And this iron here is okay. We can tap that for our smelting column. We can bring it up and around, So we'll have to play around with some designs or placement of our design for the smelting columns. But really what it's going to come down to is we're going to have jaw crushers, and then we're going to have smelting, and then we're going to have the base. And that's kind of how, and I'm not worried about the rare earth and the uranium because we're going to be kind of far off from using that. This coal is a nice 296. Oh my God. This is pYanodons recommended settings, folks. Okay. Okay. So we'll end it here. We'll work on smelting or mining next episode, and we'll get our smelting columns kind of planned in, and I'll start chipping away at that. All right. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.